Hello students, welcome back to this video. We're going to continue on with from step 10 to step 11. The only thing I did in step 10 after that first video was to put in labels in our data table, and I centered the count or the number of staff within each division. So let's go on to step 11. Step 11 is to use the if and function starting in cell M2. So an if and function is it's an if statement that two things have to be true in order for it to return a true value. If one is false or both are false, it'll return the not true statement in there. So we're going to call this column 150 INS, and we're going to use the if function bracket and to specify that two things have to be true. So the first thing that has to be true is the salary has to be less than or equal to 150,000. Comma. The second thing that has to be true is they have to be working in insurance fraud. So you can do this using column J or column K. I'm going to use column K because it'll be easier. K2 has to equal, in brackets, anytime you have text in an if statement, it has to be in brackets, INS. We're going to close the brackets, comma. So now the true part is if both are true, we want it to return 150 INS. And if it's false, or both are false, or one is false, we want to return a blank cell. So blank cell is just open and close your brackets, and there we go. Highlight this down, and we should get some values. Hopefully you get values. It should statistically work out, but it is possible that you may not get values here. So let's center those values. Okay, step 12 is apply conditional formatting to highlight all employees that earned more than 125. So let's highlight all these values. Conditional formatting under the Home tab, highlight cell rules, and we want it to be greater than 125,000. So we can change the formatting, how we want it to display. I'm going to keep the default. And there we go. Step 13, we're going to start in cell C50. We're going to use an insert a sum if function to determine the total salaries paid out for staff in each of the consulting divisions. So it's a sum if function. We're going to highlight column J as the range, comma. We can look back at this. It's going to specify that it wants the criteria. Criteria is the wealth division, and the last part is what we actually want to add it up. So then it'll only add up the values that are in the wealth management division, and there we go. So let's call this total salary. Let's bold that. Now to copy this down, we need to use mixed or absolute cell references. I'm going to go with absolute, just because it's easier. Press the F4 button on some keyboards, we get that, and there we go. Let's change that numbering format right away. Let's go in here and change it to number, 0 decimal places, and we're going to use a thousand separator. There we go. Let's center that. There we go. There is our total salaries. Let's do the same thing for average and max and min. So the average if function, same process as the sum if function. So average if, we highlight the range, the office first, comma, the division, comma, what we want added up, or what we want as an average. Oops, I use column I. It's supposed to be column J, so let's change that up there. There we go. Good teaching moment. Making column J and L mixed or absolute. And let's highlight the formatting from one cell to another cell. And then we can drag that down. There's the average. The max if function set up a little differently. Max if functions, we're going to highlight the values first. Comma, highlighting the consulting division, comma, selecting the criteria, which is cell A50. So that's how it's going to look like. L2 to L40, comma, J2 to J40, comma, A50. Close our brackets. Into that, we need to make column L and column J mixed or absolute. You can do that by using the F4 or function F4, or by inserting the $sign as such. And we're going to copy the format. There we go, and we can drag that down. The min if function, same setup as the max ifs. We want it to be what we're trying to find the minimum for, comma, the division, comma, the criteria. So this is how it would look like using the function argument window. So we need some, make those cells mixed or absolute, and there we go. Oh, I got a negative only because, oh, look at my function. There we go. I had a negative sign, equals negative min. Can't have that. Okay, so now it says in step 13 to, in cell C55, use the sum if function for the total. So let's call this total sum function, just by itself equals sum, bracket, highlight the total salaries, and there we go. Let's bold the totals. We're going to do that same thing. And this total, whatever you have for this value, total, should also be the total of, if we just highlight all of the salaries, you can see that at the bottom of your screen, down here, we've got a sum, 4,728,822. It should be the same. My data I'm using should be the same. So whatever you have for the total salary in column C should match the totals of the salary in column L, which if you highlight any values, you'll get a running kind of a scoreboard down on the bottom right section of Excel. Okay, now step 14, we're going to use a sum ifs function. So it's going to add up values based on two criteria. So the criteria we want first is we're going to type in cell G49, we're going to type in Europe. typed it in correctly, and there we go. Now we can have a sum ifs function, basically just adding up, as I said, two different criteria. So we wanted to add up the actual values first, so the display of the sum if function is a little different. We're going to first add up or highlight column L, or salaries, comma, do the same thing for the division. The order of the criteria doesn't matter. And then comma, let's go back down here, A50, wealth management. We'll bring up this pop-up window here. The other criteria range is the offices, and the criteria is the text we typed in cell G49. So column L and column J, column I, and cell G49 we need to make mixed or absolute. And what we do, if you're using a mixed cell reference, you need the $ in front of the number. So that's how you're going to set up that reference. Now, if we click OK there, we'll get all these values. Let's format that the same way, and let's drag that down. So there's a total salaries for Europe. Now, if we change this cell to say Asia, we'll get different values. We'll get Asia values. Change it back to Europe. And the last thing we want to do for this step is to calculate the total salary. I'm just going to do this. Highlight total, bring it over there. That's a total for the European salaries, and percentage. Percentage, 5/7, that total of the European divided by the grand total. Change it to a percent, 12%, and let's bold that. And let's center that. So basically saying that European salaries account for 12% of the total salaries. And that is step 14.